need a stool. You might run out of breath. So, yes, you know you're the best when they schedule you during the intermission. Yeah. This is a little creepy. I need this. I'm going to be singing a song. So how about let's hear it for God's finest, huh? And that's me making that noise. So God's finest. I always hated that title. Because it's like, God's best people. The best of all of us. In front of everyone. And I never had anything for it. They wouldn't let me tell jokes when I was in the program. And I was like, well, and some things are just not, you can't, show on a stage. For instance, I'm mediocre at ping pong. So, can't always show that kind of talent. No, it's funny because, I got, chosen for this. It's like, you really should do it. You should go up there, God made your face like that for a reason. It's what you're meant to do. Make us laugh. That is your sole purpose in life. No, have you guys ever, in the Bible, when Jacob's blessing his sons, and he goes, he's talking, everybody's like, he goes to Dan, he says, you're going to bring judgment for your people, and, he's saying, you're going to be a true vine for Israel, Joseph, and then he gets to Asher, and he's like, you're going to be a pretty good cook. I mean, good, decent. So that's something. That's kind of the way I feel. So many talented people. And these are never really that bad. Anyway, I've been doing this for a long time, So I don't know if you noticed, but this is a new improved Mike Cordry.
Yeah.
I've lost some weight. Yes, I have. I've lost 40 pounds. Yes, this is 40 pounds lighter. It was out of control. It was. I went to my doctor and she was like, yeah, the game is over. She gave me this, my test results, what have you been eating? I would say a lot of cheese and animal fat and candy. I was like, yeah, that covers it. I did try to work some pasta in there too. So it's kind of funny, it's bad. Your weight was out of control when now you take things as a compliment that aren't necessarily meant to be a compliment. So you gotta check out the chubby kid, and I'm like, you think I'm chubby? Chubby. And when you're losing weight, you always have goals. And it's funny, because when you weigh yourself, you always you had excuses. You're like, well, I haven't shaved today yet. I haven't shaved and my fingernails are out of control. So that's probably 6 pounds. So, and here's the thing. I thought I was in decent shape because, I go to Planet Fitness, and let me just tell you, a little side note. I love Planet Fitness. It's the best place in the world for a fat guy to go. Because, the person I go in and the person behind the counter is fatter than I am, they're like, hey, you want to work out? You can, right? And they're like, you want some pizza? They have a pizza day every Tuesday. I'm like, what are you doing to me? It's detoxing. And I was the pizza right there, and I'm looking at it. You know what I hate? I'm on the elliptical, and there's always a fat old guy next to me, and he is not even sweating. It's the worst. Anyway, I thought I was in shape, and then I went with my family, with my in-laws, to Telluride, Colorado, to ski. I went skiing. Let me just tell you something. If you were building a skier, a perfect skier, they would be the exact opposite of my build. I'm the Kool-Aid man. I'm very top-heavy. Skinny legs. Not a lot of strength. So, and the good news is I had my father-in-law to teach me. Because he's a great teacher. How that he's a better preacher than a teacher. And he's like, we're just going to take it down right here, midway through the greens, and I say I went skiing, but that's like a really relative term. I went extremely fast for 10 seconds at a time, and then flashed terribly. And you see her laughing, because she got a front row seat. Laugh it up! I'm kidding. You know what? Can we give a round of applause for Lynn Hart?
Yeah.
How amazing is Lynn Hart? Let me just tell you, you could do anything, and she is the most encouraging person in the world. I was falling like terribly. I almost killed people, and she's like, "You're kind of funny." Meanwhile, I got Dr. Rodney going, "Lean into the mountain." You know what that does? It makes you go faster. Do you know what I don't need? To go faster. Because inertia's on my side. Because I'm a big guy. Yeah. So, man, I tell you. So he said a little bit about me last night. You know, I have started a new job. Well, I've been in there for almost a year now in my new management position. And that was a big deal for someone with 9 felonies, right? It's an amazing, you know, that's just a little testimony. But let me tell you, it's so funny when people find out you're a Christian, because you ever notice this? Like when you share your faith with someone, they instantly have to because that's the way we are as human beings. We want to you know, everyone's like, yeah, you know, we said grace in my house. Yeah. You know, my mother went to church a lot. But you know, the thing I miss the most is choirs, and I miss the older ladies that would be afterwards, because you know they're always trying to relate to you, and it's kind of crazy how excited we are about our past. We're like, yeah, I was a total scumbag. I was a loser. Oh my god, I would have robbed anyone. That's what you're saying. Like to other people, that's like. I can't believe they shared that. They're all like, yeah, God's broken. It's like, I love it because every time I share my testimony, some lady would be like, you know, some older lady would be like, you know, I have not been untouched by addiction. You know, my friend's godson had a friend who got pretty hard into marijuana. So I know it's so hard. And I love food. That's the one. This morning I was laughing because that's the one you get. I just love food. I can't stop eating it. So I know what addiction is like. But I miss choir for a lot of reasons. I miss testimonies. And to be honest with you, I miss testimonies. Oh, I love those. Don't you love them? I mean, you kind of gotta love them. You kind of gotta love the guy that's just lying. He's not telling the truth at all. Oh. Let's face it, it is easy to be a tough guy in a Christian program. Yeah, always gets quiet at that time. No, it's you got the guys like, I don't even care about my life. I had 3 boats, had a lot of dealings with a lot of gangs, MS-13, Latin Kings, Mouse. I was involved with them all. Kilos of cocaine. Living the fast life, that's just who it was. I used to sniff dynamite and smoke a cigarette. I didn't even care about my life. And you know, you're always going, dude, did your mom bring you in? I'm pretty sure his mom brought him in. Lois, right? She lives with me. Her name's on the lease because I don't want the IRS on my back. No, it's have you ever added a guy's testimony and he's got to be like 80 years old? So I was 25 years a sniper in the army. Played semi-professional football for 30 years. 40 years old. You know, it was always funny because I was, you know, like, when I was in jail, like, I know this is going to come. This is going to come as a complete shock to you guys. I'm not made for jail. Not cut out for it. You know, I remember I was sitting in a jail cell. I told this story last year. I was sitting in a jail cell, and everyone in there was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Like, it was like, "Man, did you steal food from the ice cream shop? What are you doing here?" And I'm like, no, and I'm like, "No, armed robbery, man. Armed robber. We got tons of charges." They're like, "Yeah, we'll see." So they go out, and they're reading off my charges, and they're like, "Armed robbery, conspiracy." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What?" I say something now, and then they're like, "And then we recovered a broken pellet gun out of the front seat of the car." And I'm like, "No, that's a decoy. I robbed pharmacies with a broken pellet gun." Like, come on. You know what I mean? You're not a gangster. Run hyenas. You know what I mean? Get cut. So like when it was the choice of coming to Teen Challenge, it was a pretty easy decision. Like, you know, I was facing 25 years because they don't care if it's a pellet gun or not. I mean, even if the gun had been working, it would have been like, "Ow! Hey! Cut it out! It stinks! I'm gonna call the police." So I actually only got charged with 2 armed robberies because those were the only 2 that were successful, and I think they were just like, "Oh, poor kid." Because I did like 5, and only 2 like actually took the bait. Anyway, so but like I think most people like when you actually hear like their actual charges, like I had a guy in the program who was telling everyone that he robbed people, and then I looked him up on the internet. He punched a woman in the face. That's not funny. You guys are sick. All of you. But I did tell him, I pulled him in, I was like, "Listen, I'm going to tell everybody. If you keep talking like that, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to print it out." I know I'm a bad person. So I'm not built for prison. I mean, I like classical piano music, you know? Let's be honest. So Teen Challenge was a good option, but I wasn't a Christian. I came in the doors, and I remember John Wilsey was the first person I saw. And John Wilsey's singing, and he's like, "Hey man, Jesus loves you, man. He's going to change your life." And I was like, "Right." "Hey, why don't you point me to someone in charge?" "Hey, bud?" Oh, he was the program supervisor. Anyway, and then they put me in this room, and I don't know, some of you guys might know Ronnie Ferrullo, but if you don't know Ronnie Ferrullo, you know somebody like Ronnie Ferrullo. He comes in, he's like, "You got your money?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." And he's like, "Good, fill out your paperwork. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh my God." And then I hear people singing gospel songs in the background. I'm like, "What is..." And then I went into Chris Mello's office. Chris Mello's office. If you haven't been in Chris Mello's office, like going into Chris Mello's office after being part of an intake is like, he's like the guy in the center of the Matrix. You know what I mean? It's like all calm. He's all perfect looking. He's like, "Just my friend. Just." I said, "What is that?" "What does this mean?" And he's driving home the point. And he's like, "Trust me." And I was like, "I trust you. I don't know why, but I trust you." Yeah, we had other guys in the program. Some people remember Richard Longo, Pastor Richie Longo. And he was my favorite. Oh man, he was my favorite, and I hated him at the same time. Because he was the program supervisor a little while after I got there, and he was the guy, he was the least encouraging guy ever. He was a 56-year-old biker. He was like, "Man, you really screwed it up, huh? Man, look at these charges. I doubt your family's ever going to forgive you." Man. Not that it really matters. It looks like you're going to prison for a long time. You know, those were back in the days, and you could come in and he was the guy. Listen, the program supervisor there was no medical person. He was the medical person. Like, you had to go to him for anything. Like, a guy would come in, 3 missing fingers, like, I'll be honest with you guys, it sounds like he has some gas. That's all, there's no problem. Give him a Tums. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Can you take him to the hospital? I know a healer. In Jesus' name. Richie. You know, there's always people with convenient medical conditions, especially nowadays. Like, I have a form of narcolepsy, I just like to sleep a lot. I sleep a lot in a lot of different places, mainly where it's quiet. So, like, there's no reason to pay attention to that. Just let me sleep. No big deal. Yeah, we had a guy come into Manchester who was like, and his mother was like, he has oppositional defiance disorder. So it's natural for him not to want to do what you say. And I remember, how many of you know Aaron Bertel? Aaron was like, oh, that won't be a problem. Literally, he said that. And she was like, he didn't even give an explanation. She's like, oh, okay. So this guy I remember I'll never forget this. This guy starts to say something back to Aaron Bertel. He goes, no. We don't do that here. This guy's like starting up again. He's like, nope. You just listen. That was it. He was cured. It was a miracle. Man. So funny, man. I miss doing intake though. Because you get to know a lot of people in intake. And you get to know their real deal. It's so funny to me. Do you ever notice the guys, like, all right, so none of us, there's people that come in, they're like, I can't remember the scriptures. My mind is destroyed by the drugs. Oh! But, like, you hear them talking about their cases, and they can cite, like, Massachusetts and federal law, like, to a T. They're like, Joseph versus Smith in 1978 states that they can't file the injunction. Because rebuttal witnesses have come specifically to refute testimony offered at a direct examination. So, and then it's like 2 Corinthians. Oh, I can't remember. Stop it. Cut it out. Listen, I'm not gonna. Yeah. And you get the guys like, I'm not going. You know, they get self-righteous. I'm not going to clean a group. I believe in the Sabbath. It's in the Bible. Ever heard of it? God says to do it or not to do it. You know, these are the same guys that memorize scripture just to point out what like staff is doing wrong. Oh my gosh. It's funny. I don't miss these kind of things. I remember like, you know, these kind of things. Someone would come in your office and be like, hey Mike, the new homeless guy wet the bed. And you're like, clean it up. I don't know what you want me to do. But, well, he was standing on the dresser when he did it. Send him in. I'll talk to him. Listen, everyone's laughing. Is Aaron Bertel here? Thank God. Because that happened. To him. Because of me. Sorry, Aaron. Man. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. Listen, I love this. Oh, I know, it's crazy. Encore. Alright, well, you know what else I hate? Is when the guys leave, every single time they leave. Do you understand that you have the same story, every guy that's ever left? Do you know that? Do you know? Alright, and it's a variation of this. It's like, listen dude, my uncle called me, and like, God spoke to me. And I'm going to work with my uncle in construction. He's been clean since he was released. He goes to Mass every year. So seriously, everything's going to be fine. Listen, I'm gonna go. But I love you guys so much.